President Trump has shown his commitment to the working people of this country. Making life better for working Americans was a priority in his first administration, and it will be a priority in his second. It's a welcome change in direction from the last 4 years. And speaking of a welcome change in direction, Mr. President, last night the President came to Capitol Hill to address Congress and lay out his vision for the next 4 years. His vision and his record of accomplishment. Because in just 6 weeks, President Trump has already accomplished an incredible amount. And chief among his achievements is the job he and his administration have done in securing our southern border and restoring respect for the rule of law. There were approximately 8,450 encounters at our southern border during the month of February. 8,450. That is at least a 25-year low. To put that number in perspective, during the Biden border crisis, Customs and Border Protection was sometimes dealing with 8,000 or more attempted illegal crossings per day. In just 6 weeks in office, President Trump has overseen an incredible turnaround. It just shows what happens when you have a president and an administration committed to securing the border and enforcing the law. And Senate Republicans are committed to answering the President's call for additional funding to protect our borders, enforce our immigration laws, and get dangerous criminal aliens off of our streets. Mr. President, another crisis the President has lost no time in addressing is the national energy emergency that we're facing. As the Washington Post reported last March, and I quote, "Amid explosive demand, America is running out of power," end quote. And the Biden administration, of course, pursued policies guaranteed to make things worse, from restricting conventional energy development to forcing Americans into electric vehicles. Fortunately, we're in a new era. And President Trump has already taken steps to roll back burdensome Biden energy regulations like the electric vehicle mandate and unleash American energy development. And the Republican Congress will support his efforts. For the sake of our security, our economy, and Americans' pocketbooks, we need to have a reliable, affordable, and abundant energy supply. And I'm thankful to have a president who recognizes this. Mr. President, one of the signature accomplishments of the first Trump administration was the passage of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, legislation that put more money in hardworking Americans' pockets. And one of the top priorities of the second Trump administration is making that tax relief permanent. It's a priority for the President, and it's a priority for Republicans here in the Senate. We are hard at work laying the groundwork for permanently extending the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act this year. Mr. President, there were so many things to hear last night that were a welcome change from the last 4 years. President Trump's commitment to reversing burdensome Biden administration regulations and eliminating 10 regulations for every new one his administration proposes. The President's commitment to eliminating wasteful and unnecessary spending. His commitment to protecting children from radical gender ideology and ensuring that women and girls' athletic opportunities are protected, and more. And as always, Mr. President, I'm grateful for President Trump's faith in America. It reminds us just how blessed we are to live in this great country, and that in the United States of America, everything is possible. Mr. President, I yield the floor.